Storytellers, it's Joshua 85 and today it's Favorite Film Friday, and so that means we're going to be covering my next 10 favorite films, number 45 through 36 of my top 75 films of all time. If you missed any of my previous segments, be sure to check out the playlist right there of the 10 movies at a time, 75 through 46 so far, and today we're going through 45 through 36. Doing 10 at a time until we reach my top 15 movies of all time. Make sure to leave your favorites down in comments below, but without further ado, going at number 45, we have 8.5. Now, this is a director's journey within its own means of a story that's not based on a true story. You can find it on a Criterion release that has great features, and I just highly enjoy what you're exploring with the directors, how he's creating his vision, and just someone that's personally interested in filmmaking in general, not necessarily looking to be a director, but someone that loves stories and storytelling in general through different mediums. Seeing the background of this without it being a documentary or something else makes it more personal, as it's an older film that works for its own means in black and white, that just creates this atmosphere that feels believable, feels real, and you're still feeling the emotions that are captivated by this director himself and all of the overworking stuff that makes him tired out and burned out from all the work he's doing, that makes it relatable in some sense to everyone. Coming in with number 44, we have The Truman Show. This is highly enjoyable one many know about just for its sake of being about Jim Carrey, a comedian, this guy trapped in this alternate reality where everyone around him is just actors, a part of the movie set, and Jim Carrey is this character that was born into this reality and filmed there since birth, and so he has such a strong misconception on what reality is, and the director acting as a god sort of character, and just the breakdown of him starting to figure out what's going on and things being out of place and just being trapped in this world all his life, and coming down to believe that this is reality and everyone is following the pattern that they should be, when ultimately it is all staged just around him. That's absolutely incredible show to watch. In number 43, we have 1917. This is a highly enjoyable war film. Once again, I highly enjoyed this genre as a whole, but this is something different from Sam Mendes, just creating a seemingly all one-shot take of the war. You see, there are some parts where it's broken up to divide, but ultimately they're really good at showing the tricks of when you're passing someone, that's when they cut the camera and have to reshoot it from there, but still making it up here as if this is the two man's journey and going on this sort of quest with them, going throughout some of the perils and horrors of war and just the trials they face, just to deliver this one message about the problem that's going on and how this is going to be a trap that they would be going into, just to deliver that one message the whole movie. And it just becomes incredible. The acting is phenomenal, and there's not too many big name actors, but it becomes just as intriguing and immersive nonetheless because of that. And coming in at number 42, we have Avengers Infinity War, one of my favorite MCU movies of all time. This is highly enjoyable just for the grand scale. Sorry for hitting the camera. Just the grand scale of the movie itself, with all these characters coming together. You don't expect the Avengers to carry off 6 characters alone, and then now it goes down to getting every single character they've introduced to the MCU thus far, sans the people they sort of disincluded and not have included so much, but overall still creating such a good chemistry, creating balance with the Guardian side to the Avenger side, combining the land on Earth as well as the cosmic realm of the MCU. That's absolutely phenomenal to watch and a real treat, especially as you get one of the greatest villains of all time, Thanos, as he just is so incredible with how right he can be on a certain point of view for his plan that he's going to execute and ultimately win in this movie. Coming in at number 41, we have Godzilla King of Monsters. Yes, you heard that right. King of Monsters is an excellent film to me that most people go and watch those monster films to see the monsters all close, the big scale of the monsters. But what I love about this film is it takes such a different approach that the story of the people involved as well has such an emotional toll on me that I can kind of see the flaws in what certain parts of the story is, but I still can connect to the characters well enough so I can see these broad, challenging ideas, viewing the monsters as something of a good sort of threat, sort of like the Thanos sort of character, where you're seeing the good within the bad and the bad within the humanity itself, within the people, and the mistakes they make because of these strongly viewed ideas is just strongly captivating and influences the outbreak of all these monsters, and then versus Godzilla himself. The visuals are absolutely incredible, but overall the story altogether with the humans, even if you're getting the ground shot looking up at the monsters and not just the grand scale of monsters fighting each other, is still captivating enough for me that I absolutely love this film. And coming in at number 40, we have Kingsman: The Secret Service. This is quite an incredible action film from Matthew Vaughn. I did not expect what I was getting into when I was getting into this film, but it was absolutely stunning with the directing, the visuals, and just overall the acting was really good for what it was going against, with the excellent storyline, the mystery, and all of these different world building elements that makes it feel apart from Earth, but still all the same part of reality that I can visually see as something that can exist, and ultimately is incredible with the way they do all of the different stunts and acting and the camera movements that makes it really feel fast-paced and captivating all the way through. Coming in at 39, we have Joker. Now, this is a strong toll of a movie that I can't watch all the time, but I love all the same because it is nearly perfect with every beat of writing. Just the way they tell the story of Arthur Fleck and his downfall into insanity, just having this mental disability and people making fun of it, and then just all these different movements and political riots involved with the town of Gotham City, and hardly including Bruce Wayne at all, besides a little shot as a little younger kid, and just the confrontation is disturbing, yet you want Arthur Fleck to win to some extent, yet you know who he's becoming, so you want him to lose all the same of what he's comfortable with, because of the conflicting division of creating sympathy for someone that's going to ultimately become a big bad villain. And coming in at 38, we have Seven, an excellent David Fincher mystery with all of these different plot twists involving the 7 deadly sins, and the way they craft that into the writing, captivating. Brad Pitt at a younger role with Morgan Freeman, excellent performances, and then just ultimately the way they pace the story is amazing. It can be slow at times, but still the way they unravel the story, figuring out more and more details, and then ultimately coming to a conclusion of what's in the box it's just such an iconic line and scene altogether in movie history that overall there's disturbing images and so many different things without that makes it just as well made together. And coming with 37, we have The Green Mile, an excellent Frank Darabont film that I love even more than The Shawshank Redemption, at least for now. Highly enjoy just the story of John Coffey and Stephen King's story brought to life. I have yet to read that novel, but overall, just the general sense of Tom Hanks' character with this dynamic of the characters, and then this man that's in the Shawshank prison and can have this ability to heal people, and in healing like his prostate or these other things just makes for a strong performance, emotional film. And even though it's a 3-hour journey, it's worth that time alone, having all that story put together all into one, and becomes one of the more emotional movies, to where you can even cry over the loss of a rat that really binds the prison mates together, all told. And coming in with 36, the last film on this list, we have Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Of course, this is one of the most iconic movies of the 80s, and it's for good reason. The way they portray all this action for its time without using barely any CGI, the time travel element involved, just Arnold Schwarzenegger and cast all together is really captivating, and just the way they blend all the story and such, leading down to a huge Judgment Day and action, and all told such a strong character within the Terminator himself, the ex-Terminator sort of having to go against the other Terminators that's trying to kill his love interest, is really incredible. The way they go about creating this film, all told, in together, just overall amazing set piece is throughout that makes for one wonderful action film. And that's just my top favorite movies of all time, number 45 through 36. If you missed the previous favorite film rankings, make sure to check out the card right there for the playlist to get it all. But of course, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to check out my other videos, and stay tuned for the coming videos of my leading down to my top 15 favorite movies of all time. So make sure to comment down your favorite movies in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.